Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Ladies and gentlemen of the Foreign Office Press Corps, welcome to the Foreign Office. On the 200th day of the lockdown today, the people in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir continue to be deprived of their fundamental freedoms. Their right to liberty, health, education, and food, as well as face continued restrictions on their freedom of expression, freedom of assembly, and freedom of religion. Voices across the world increasingly call upon India to respect the fundamental freedoms and human rights of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. The chairperson of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Kashmir in the British Parliament, Ms. Debbie Abrahams, MP, in her press remarks yesterday in this very room, had stated that we are pro-human rights. It is our obligation, according to the UN Convention, to speak up against another state experiencing human rights violations, unquote. The Vice Chair of the All-Party Parliamentary Group on Kashmir in the British Parliament, Mr. Imran Hussain, MP, had stated without any ambiguity that the Jammu and Kashmir dispute cannot be a bilateral issue, and that human rights were always an international issue. Indian forces are using special powers like the Public Safety Act, which is both draconian and illegal under international law, unquote. This week is also a painful reminder for all of us of the tragedy of Samjhota Express train that occurred 13 years ago. The families and the loved ones of the 68 victims of this tragedy still await justice. 40 of these are Pakistanis. The inordinate delay in justice for these victims, despite the availability of evidence, illustrates the unwillingness of the Indian government to hold the perpetrators to account for their barbaric actions. Last year, the acquittal of the self-confessed mastermind of the Samjhota Express train tragedy, Swami Asimanand, and others accused only reconfirm once again the culture of impunity that the perpetrators of terrorist attacks enjoy under the RSS BJP-led political dispensation in India. Pakistan would like to remind the Government of India of its responsibility to take serious and credible steps to bring the perpetrators of the Samjhota Express blasts to justice at the earliest and without further delay. Ladies and gentlemen, as you're also aware, the UN Secretary General concluded a successful 3-day visit to Pakistan. The Secretary General of the United Nations delivered a keynote address at the International Conference on 40 years of hosting Afghan refugees in Pakistan, a new partnership for solidarity. He held leadership-level meetings and also met parliamentarians of both the houses. The Secretary General interacted with students, children, media representatives, interfaith community leaders, and also met Afghan refugees. He gave talks on key themes, sustainable development, climate change, and among them. On the issue of Jammu and Kashmir, Secretary General Antonio Guterres expressed his deep concern at the increase in tensions last year and stressed that the solution of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute lay in accordance with the Charter of the United Nations and the resolutions of the UN Security Council. He also stated that it is of utmost importance to ensure full respect for human rights and fundamental freedoms in the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The unequivocal statement by the UN Secretary General serves to put to rest any confusion in any quarter pertaining to the international status of the Jammu and Kashmir dispute and the need to resolve it in accordance with the Security Council resolutions and the aspirations of the Kashmiri people. The Secretary General, during his visit to Pakistan, also appreciated Pakistan's role in the Afghanistan peace process and acknowledged Pakistan's contribution to UN efforts towards promotion and maintenance of international peace and security. He recognized the extraordinary generosity and solidarity that the people of Pakistan had shown for over 4 decades to host millions of Afghan refugees. In his words, he stated, "One can only imagine how much worse the plight of Afghans would be and how much more unstable the region might be without Pakistan's stellar example of hospitality and compassion." While visiting the Kartarpur corridor, the Secretary General called it a welcome symbol of interfaith harmony, a unique experiment in commitment to peace. The key takeaways from the recent visit of the UN Secretary General and earlier the visit of the Turkish President, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdogan, show a growing acknowledgement by the international community of Pakistan's contribution towards global peace and security, whether through its peacekeeping troops across the globe in various UN peacekeeping missions, or through hosting of millions of Afghan refugees, or Pakistan's consistent stance for peaceful resolution of Jammu and Kashmir dispute in accordance with Security Council resolutions, or through building the Kartarpur corridor that offers a space for the Sikh community from all over the world to practice their religion in a spirit of harmony and peaceful coexistence. Pakistan today is being recognized as a partner for peace. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Pakistan Kabaddi team for winning the World Championship, and also would like to extend our congratulations to our tennis star Esamul Haq and his doubles partner Dominic Inglot for winning the doubles title at the New York Open on 16th February. Thank you. I will now take some questions. आपसे शुरू करते हैं जी।
अफ़गानिस्तान की ताज़ा तरीन सूरत हाल पर क्या कमेंट करेंगी आप? अफ़गानिस्तान और अमेरिका के दरमियान एक बार फिर सुनने में आ रहा है कि कामयाबी के साथ अमन मुज़ाकरात तय पा जाएंगे अनकरीब। तो एक तरफ अमेरिका वहाँ से निकलना चाहता है और दूसरी तरफ वहाँ पे अपनी फोर्सेस भी रखना चाहता है। इस पर क्या कमेंट करेंगे? थैंक यू
जी।
Thank you, ma'am. Shabir Wagra from PTV World. As we know that Afghan President Ashraf Ghani has been declared winner officially by Afghan Election Commission, but why it is so and how Pakistan see this development of re-election of Ashraf Ghani?
Is there a supplementary to this? Ji, Naveed sir.
मैम पिछले दिनों वज़ीर दाखिला ने कंफर्मेशन की थी इस बात की कि एहसान की रिहाई हुई थी या फरार हुए थे, मगर अगर आप देखें अफ़गानिस्तान की जो पीस डील होने जा रही है अमेरिका के साथ, तो क्या ये उसी की एक कड़ी है कि एहसान को या छोड़ा गया है उसी एक बार्गेन चिप के तौर पे, या ये तालिबान की डिमांड थी कि उसे रिहा किया जाए तो फिर पीस डील अमेरिका के साथ होगी? तो इसके ऊपर कुछ कमेंट करेंगी आप?
I think on several occasions, Pakistan's position on the Afghan peace process has been articulated from this platform. Pakistan is keen to see the peace process move forward and lead towards intra-Afghan dialogue. We have also noted the announcement made by the Independent Election Commission of Afghanistan. We are monitoring the developments and we will respond at an appropriate time. Regarding the third question, I think that is a speculative angle given to the Afghan peace process, and I would not like to comment on that. Ji Zulkarnain.
There are many reports, especially on social media, also videos, that hundreds of Pakistani arrested by Saudi authorities and Consulate General of Pakistan not helping them. Please comments.
I think you all may be aware the Consulate of Pakistan in Jeddah put out a press statement on this. And the consulate has been in touch with all the relevant authorities in Saudi Arabia on this issue. Every year before the month of Ramadan, Saudi authorities routinely carry out exercise against illegal expatriates and illegal workers, especially in the Makkah region. The assumption that this is a Pakistan-specific drive is completely incorrect. The campaign is not Pakistan-specific, and the Saudi authorities have arrested nationals of several other countries as part of this drive. The Consulate of Pakistan in Jeddah remains in regular contact with the Saudi authorities on this matter and is also taking all possible measures within local rules and regulations to protect the interests of Pakistani community. I also want to underline this, that the propagation of baseless news through social media has created unnecessary anxiety and unrest in the Pakistani community in Saudi Arabia. Certain social media sections have also sought to give it a misleading political angle. I would like to stress here again that it is in the interest of the deep-rooted Pakistan-Saudi brotherly relations that such baseless reporting and irresponsible twists are avoided at all costs. Our fraternal ties with Saudi Arabia are of strategic importance and remain strong and dynamic. Thank you. Saima.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Saima Shabir, Arab News. Ma'am, my question is that the Senate unanimously has passed a resolution rejecting US President's deal of the century on Israel-Palestine conflict. While Foreign Office statement a few days ago was a little different from this. How Foreign Office sees this development and what role it can play to ensure implementation of this? Thank you so much.
Thank you. You have already referred to the statement made by the Foreign Office a few weeks ago on the peace plan, articulated by the US government. The Senate represents the members who represent the people of Pakistan. We are respectful of all the resolutions that emerge from both houses of parliament on this issue, and they reflect the sentiments. Thank you. I will take, yes, Anas.
Thank you so much, spokesperson. It's a three-part question, given that I've been given the mic after a very long time. First things first, there are credible reports that about 15 fighters from the Zainabiyun Brigade, hailing of Pakistani nationalities, have been killed, let alone in February, while fighting in Syria, and they are to be buried in Qom. What is Pakistan's take on that? Can you please confirm or deny? That is number one. Number two, what would be the level of participation from Pakistan during the signing of the Afghan peace process deal that is likely due on the 29th of this month? And as per the Taliban spokesperson, there would be representation from 24 countries, including Pakistan. That is number two. And number three, that there was a ship that has been captured along the coast of Gujarat in India that had missiles, apparently, that was due to go to Karachi. What is Pakistan's position on that? Thank you so much.
On your first question, we have heard the news of the deaths of a few Pakistanis in Syria. And our mission in Damascus is seized of the matter, and we have asked them to ascertain the factual position. Regarding participation, at any potential date and for the signing of the peace agreement, I will let you know once we have confirmation. I'll take another question. I will revert to you on this with some detail. Ji, I will take. जी ऑन शराजी साहब को दे दीजिए पीछे.
जी मैडम, ऑन शराजी सच न्यूज़ से हाई कमीशंस और मिशंस की को इसलिए बैरून मुल्क तैनात किया जाता है कि वो मुस्बत चेहरा मुल्क का दिखाएं. तो सवाल ये है कि हमारी जो हाई कमिश्नर हैं चीन में, उन्होंने 2 पेट्स रखे हुए हैं, जिनमें से एक जो फीमेल डॉग है उसका नाम माया है, और उसके साथ एक उन्होंने जो कैट रखी हुई है उसका नाम चेज़े है. तो इसके बारे में ये है कि ये वहाँ पे जो पाकिस्तान हाउस है वहाँ पे क्योंकि ये अनट्रेंड पेट हैं, तो इनकी वजह से वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा गंदगी मुसलसल फैलती है, और जो लोग वहाँ पे आते हैं और उसके साथ जो वहाँ पे अमला है उसको भी शदीद मुश्किलात का सामना. हाल दो कि अब अमले का भी मुश्किल वक्त शुरू हो जाएगा, लेकिन मुझे अमले से किसी ने नहीं बताया, उनके लिए बड़े मुश्किलात का सामना है. और उस वजह से मैडम जहाँ की ट्रैवल करती है तो अक्सर औकात माया को साथ लेके सफारत खाने की गाड़ी में चलती हैं, तो उससे एक प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, वहाँ पे तफून फैल रहा है. तो इस बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे?
I am actually amazed at this question. I will find out about this and let you know. जी इजाज़ साहब पीछे.
मैडम, अफ़गान तालिबान और अमेरिका के दरमियान मुआहदे की इतलात आ रही हैं. अभी अनस ने भी बताया, सवाल किया कि 29 को एक्सपेक्टेड है. जो पाकिस्तान के तहफ़्फ़ुज़ात थे इंडिया के हवाले से, हमने उनको किस हद तक प्रोटेक्ट किया है, किस हद तक अमेरिका को अपने नुक्ता नज़र पर उस हवाले से कायल किया है?
Thank you. I think I will be repeating myself, and I have done so on numerous occasions, about Pakistan's position, Pakistan's contribution towards restoration of peace and intra-Afghan dialogue. There is no other country in the world that seeks to see peace and stability return to Afghanistan more than Pakistan. So regarding the peace agreement that we hope would be signed sooner rather than later, and that would take into account all the interests of all stakeholders, this is a discussion that has taken place on a number of occasions with all the interlocutors and stakeholders, and we hope that all these interests will be kept in mind when the agreement is finalized and signed. Thank you. I'll take Khalid Saab.
मैडम, कल भी जो स्टूडेंट हैं चाइना में, उनके वालिदैन ने यहाँ पे इस्लामाबाद में प्रोटेस्ट किया, खुसूसन जो ओवरसीज़ की मिनिस्ट्री थी वहाँ पे जाकर उन्होंने प्रोटेस्ट किया. क्या कमेंट करेंगे इसके बारे में?
जी, अगर इसके बारे में सप्लीमेंट्री है तो आप पीछे से दे दें. जी
मैम, जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं उनके साथ हम कई दफ़ा रब्ता होता है, तो उनमें से बेशतर जो है वो शिकायत कर रहे हैं कि स्टार्ट में तो जो चाइनीज़ हुकाम थे वो केयर कर रहे थे, लेकिन अब कई दफ़ा उनके पास न पीने का पानी होता है, न खाना होता है. कल भी कुछ स्टूडेंट्स ने तस्वीरें भेजी कि उन्हें सिर्फ जो है वो जो सैलड के पत्ते हैं वो दिए गए और कहा कि ये उबाल के और नमक डाल के खा लें. तो इस सिचुएशन में जो हमारा डेलीगेशन गया था वुहान सफारत खाने का, उसके बारे में भी स्टूडेंट्स का कहना है कि हमने उन्हें जो सिचुएशन बताई है उसके टोटली उल्ट जो है वो ब्रीफिंग उन्होंने आगे कन्वे की है पाकिस्तान को.
कोरोना वायरस के हवाले से आई थिंक पहले भी बात हुई है और इस फोरम से भी बात हुई है और सेपरेटली भी हुई है. As you are also aware, a special task force comprising 2 officers of our mission in Beijing have been deployed to Wuhan city for the purpose of evaluating the situation, the welfare, safety of all students in Wuhan, our students. They have visited 7 universities so far, and individually met every student in each of those 7 universities. They have met administration of each university. They have met local authorities, local Chinese authorities in Wuhan. These members of this task force will remain deployed in Wuhan. They are not returning to Beijing until the quarantine is lifted. And their mandate is to make sure that all needs of our students are addressed, given to them, provided to them, their safety, well-being, and health to be constantly monitored and ensured in close consultation with university administration and Chinese authorities. Thank you. I will take 2 last questions, please, up. Mateen Sahab, I have not forgotten you in multiple forums in the last 3 days.
I am Haider Shirazi. Donald Trump will touch down in India on February 24th, and ahead of visit of US President Donald Trump's visit to India, 4 US senators, including Senator Lindsey Graham, have written to the Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, expressing grave concerns about Indian action in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. What's your advice for Trump administration to highlight or discuss these issues with the Indian government during this Trump visit? And question about the map of state of Jammu and Kashmir. Recently, Google changed the map of state of Jammu and Kashmir. What's your comment on this?
Ji.
मैडम, दिस इज़ अब्बास जाफर फ्रॉम डिस्ट्रिक्ट न्यूज़। ये डोनाल्ड ट्रंप साहब को जो विज़िट है उसका इंडिया का, तो भारत ने एक तकरीबन मोर देन 1600 फीट एक दीवार बनाई है जिसके उस पार कोई इस्लाम आबादी है उसको छुपाने के लिए। इसी तरह की एक दीवार भारतीय फ़ौज ने बनाई हुई है मकबूजा कश्मीर में। तो वहाँ के जो इंसानी हकूक़ की खिलाफ वर्जी हो रही है या जो मज़ालिम किए जा रहे हैं, आपके ख्याल में सुपर पावर का सदर जो है ऐसी दीवारों के पार देख सकेंगे और उन लोगों के हकूक़ के लिए या उनके मसाइब ख़त्म करने की किरदार अदा करेंगे? आपकी क्या तवक्कुआत हैं इस दौरे से?
You mentioned about the letter written by US senators to Secretary of State drawing his attention towards the atrocities in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir and human rights violations. As I said in my opening remarks, there are voices growing across the world calling upon India to provide fundamental freedoms to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, to lift the draconian laws that are implemented like public safety acts in Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir. The letters sent by the US senators is yet another voice in that growing international call on the government of India to abide by international law, the UN Convention on Human Rights, and to ensure that the just resolution of this dispute and freedom from this tyranny is given to the people of Jammu and Kashmir. So we welcome it. We hope that during the visit of the US President to India, the issues faced by the people of Jammu and Kashmir would be discussed with the Indian leadership, and the offer of mediation expressed by the US President is taken forward through some concrete practical step. Thank you very much. Last question, the lady. Last question from the lady next to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Spokesperson. Al-Qaeda in its recent magazine has claimed that Pakistani Lieutenant General Shahid Aziz has had some relations and some with its organization and members. Your comments on it?
I'm sorry, मैं आपका सवाल सही तरह समझी नहीं. आप जरा दोबारा इसको कहिए.
अल-कायदा ने अपने एक मैगजीन में कहा है नवाए अफगान जहाद के पाकिस्तान का जो रिटायर्ड एक जनरल थे लेफ्टिनेंट जनरल शाहिद अजीज़ उनके ताल्लुकात रहे हैं अल-कायदा के साथ और उनके मेंबर्स के साथ, और एज एन ऑपरेटिव वो 2018 में फौत हो गए हैं। तो इस हवाले से आपके क्या कमेंट्स हैं जी?
I think this is yet again one of those stories that are put in publications and media that have no basis, so I will not like to comment on it. Thank you so much.